to Real Life with Bruce. Like I said it, we are here. We are here with Kacy James, our special guest for this month. We are excited because he's about to give us some information that could possibly help you get through whatever you may it be you are going through at this time. So, Kacy, introduce yourself. Kind of let us know where you kind of are from. You don't have to give them a specific location, but just kind of give us a little bit of background.
Nobody special, just a normal father, Kacy James. I have 2 little girls that I raised on my own. Well, you know, we from Jacksonville, Florida.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. You're 27.
27.
Some of y'all can't do it right, and y'all 47. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. Once again, the topic of this month is regardless. And as you have seen in the title, and I'm sure you've seen it below, that it is more a reference of Kacy not being an absentee father. He is here doing what he needs to do to take care of his kids, whether or not he has that support. He does what he needs to do regardless of what it is that he's going through, regardless of how he's feeling. He's doing what it is that he needs to do. So, Kacy, how many kids do you have?
I have 2.
2.
2 little girls. My oldest is 5. My youngest is 2. Active children. Characters.
2 girls.
2 girls.
2 girls.
2 girls. And I'm a father. I don't know anything about raising 2 girls. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You're doing it. 2 girls. I just don't know what I would do if I had 2 girls. I don't think I would have any money in my pocket. So how does that work? How does
You have to be stern with women, not just kids, but women, point blank period. You have to be stern. It's okay to, open up and do for them, but at some point you can't just be like, here.
Right.
You have to be able to say no.
Right.
Not right now.
Right.
But sooner or later down the line, if they deserve it, then it's nothing wrong with giving it to them.
Right.
So sometimes, they break me. They break me. But at the end of the day, you just have to it all goes into a budget.
Right.
If you budget your money right and you actually live by that budget, parenting is easy. Parenting, living, bills, splurging, whatever you want to do. If you budget right, you can accomplish anything.
Okay, so one of the key is budgeting. Budgeting. I have to do better at budgeting when I have kids, and God knows if I have 2 girls, I'm gonna need to know how to budget. Now, another question. My second question is, when it comes to providing and doing what it is that you need to do for your girls, do you have all the support that you need?
I'm gonna tell you this. Whether I have it or don't have it, it still has to be done.
Right.
But by the grace of God, I do have my parents. They do help out. My siblings, they help out. That mom, she's trying to do better. So, sometimes she's here, sometimes she's there. Doesn't matter. Either way it goes, it still has to be done.
Right.
So, yeah, in a sense, I do have support. In a way.
Okay. That's good, because sometimes I don't know, because I am not there, but I do know I'm just going to say it's difficult to find a father that is in the kid's life, and usually it's the mom. Let's just be honest. It's usually the mom, and the dad is deadbeat. It's just the truth. Now, I'll look up facts later, but most of the time, even in movies, they portray as the father being the deadbeat, and not vice versa. Besides that one movie Tyler Perry did, no sponsorship here, but that is one of the only movies that I've seen where it portrayed as the fathers were doing that. Him particularly was doing.
Crazy. That movie that you're referring to is kind of sort of like my life. Like the challenges that he faced, pretty much the same. Like the drama, the back and forth. You have somebody here one day, the next day they're gone. So it's something like that. One of my good friends, they said, "Man, listen, you are doing the same thing that this man did. The only thing I don't have is the court back and forth."
Yeah, I'm sure anything without them is always good.
Hello.
Now, because you are a single father, because you are a father, and you are a single father, I did say that correctly. Is dating difficult for you? Is dating difficult?
Dating is difficult.
Is it because you don't have the time to date, or is it because some
No, you make time for what you make time for.
right?
You know, everybody has that way, but it's more of some people are in it for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a girlfriend, and like you came in my life, and you made it seem like, oh, my kids would be, you know, priority, but in a sense, they really weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying to get close to me, so you couldn't push my kids away. But my kids come first.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
And some people are like, no, let me meet your kids. Let me meet your kids. No, it won't happen. No. And some in some aspects, it's for the good,
Mm-hmm.
because you know, some people, they have demons. You don't
Right.
want to bring those negative energies towards your kids, and
Mm-hmm.
then your kids have all these attitudes, and it's just a mix up.
Right.
So it's best if, you know, I go out on a date here or a date there, and, you know, just keep my kids away. That way, you know, you can tell how that person is when it comes to when it comes to meet your kids. So if I feel like I'm okay with you meeting my kids, then that's another conversation. But at this moment, we're going to see how this goes.
Right.
So
Now this wasn't in the questions, but now it's brought up kind of in my while we're talking. How long before you date someone before you let them meet your children?
Ooh. That's a good question.
I know that wasn't what I sent you, but
Yeah, that is a good one. Me personally, I'll say between 3 to 6 months, just to see how things go. Because you let them meet your kids fall in love with them. Now, you know, y'all don't work out. The kids like, hey, Dad, where's?
right.
No. So to save all that, I say 3 to 6 months. They at least get comfortable with that person first.
And is that? And I know you say you make time for what you want to make time for. When it comes to dating, are women scared to date you because you have kids?
No. Because women want what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna go into it, but
Right.
women want what they want. So whether it's just a date here, or, you know, quality time, or, you know, some want to date for relationships. Most want to date for their own personal pleasure. We won't know, but I guess.
I can just say before I got married that I had a similar situation. It's not similar because I don't have any kids.
Right.
But I had to be a stepfather. I didn't have to. I took on being a stepfather, and I think I might have met her child after a month. And it was difficult at that time it was difficult to break away from the child because I had gotten so close to the child. So yeah,
And
dating.
that's the biggest issue, because now you've grown to love that child.
Right.
But, you know, the mama could be, you know, you never know.
Never know.
Right. Because the kid's innocent.
Yeah,
You let the kids, you know.
kids are innocent, and they only do what they're told to do.
Right.
And they only kind of release or, you know, put out what they see.
Right.
So if they see certain things going in the household and it's back and forth, then they're not going to technically get used to anybody that comes in you know, into their life because, you know, not you, but Dad does this all the time.
Right.
You know, we you know, so it's good that you do give that time frame of you being able to figure out, or, you know, what the case is when it comes to the kids being introduced to that person, and hopefully that person, you know, is mature enough to move forward with you and your.
And another thing, if the other person has a child, no matter what the bond is here, those children have a bond,
Right.
at first sight.
Right.
So that's another issue, because even though me and you might be feuding, those kids gonna want to play. Hey, Dad, can we go play with?
Right.
And me personally, I can't tell my kids no. Like, I can, but, you know, when it's something like harmless as, you know, wanting to play, I can't say nah, because it's just like the kids didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
So
Right. Definitely understand that. And with that, mm, let me say this. You read this question, right? Did I send that to you? Because I don't want to ask these questions.
ask the question. I gotta spin off. I got you.
How were you able to have the girls most of the time without the mom having full custody?
Lord be with me. When you actually love your kids and you don't mind being around your kid, it just comes natural. But a situation happened, and you know, I got a sneak peek of, well, hey, you'll be, primary for a minute, and by the grace of God, I had everything I needed: apartment, car, sources. So it was okay for me. It was a little rough at first, but at that point when I found out that everything wasn't going to be everything, I just had to do what I had to do. You got to step up and take heed of what's coming. I didn't know what was going on. I just I was like, I was looking over her shoulder and I read the text message and I was like, that it was coming off of my weekend. So I was prepared to go back to the honeycomb hideout. But nah, it was just like at that moment I just knew I had to man up. Like this was it, because a month prior, we had a minor dispute, and I had some insight. Fellas, if you believe that the woman has primary custody of a child, you're wrong. That custody is split. If it's not on paper that is a custody order, you have as much power as the mother. Don't let them tell you anything other than that. I heard that from a cop myself. So seriously, like, don't let them just tell you anything. Do your research. There's books. There's information on the internet. If you need a lawyer, go find a lawyer. They will tell you. You have as much power as the mother, being that you are that child's other parent. Just like with marriages, it's equal custody with parenting. But just know, you must know for sure if that child is yours. Before you sign those papers, that birth certificate, find out if that's your kid. There's nothing wrong with wanting a DNA test. Don't let them tell you that, it is a problem. No, they will give you a DNA test. Do it at birth. It will save you so much time and so much of a headache. You're welcome.
And that's what I was wondering, because I've always thought, and it's always been portrayed since I think coming up, that the mother has that power of the child because it's the mother, it's the law, and mom is this because she carried the baby for 9 months. She is the sole proprietor of doing whatever she wanted to do when it came to the kids or child.
Reality check, you carry those kids too.
You're correct, and I carried them longer than 9 months.
Hello, exactly.
So, I mean, okay, so that is very interesting because like I said, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. Not saying I was trying to find out, but I wasn't really aware of.
But see, from man to man.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's definitely something new to me. You learn stuff every day. That's why you have to start talking to people. You won't know unless you communicate. And now before we want to kind of go off into some other things. Before my last question, I do have another one. When it comes to, cause it's day, I don't have kids yet. I don't have children yet. Okay, I don't have children. And it's some days I currently work for the post office.
Mm-hmm.
They work me.
Right.
They work me. They work me more than UPS work me. How do you? Because there's some days I just be like, okay, Lord, just let them tell me I gotta come into work today. I just want to rest. How do you get through those days where you just are just? How do you stay? I know you stay motivated because you have they are your motivation. But how do you stay like mentally going through work and that's whatever else you got outside of work, because work is just its own department. You got its own thing. But besides that, how do you get through those days where you just be like, okay, I just need a day?
Prayer. Prayer. Before work, well, so when I get up in the morning, I pray.
Mm-hmm.
I get my kids up, get them dressed for school, drop them off to school. In between that time, from the school to work, I take that time to meditate. That way I don't go to work, if I'm mad at my kids that morning, I don't take that to work and take it out on my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
And on breaks, I try to meditate, try to relax. That way I won't get overwhelmed with things outside of work. And, it kind of throw me off. I'm not perfect. I do have my days, when I would be like y'all pushing it. But I take those breaks very seriously, because during that time, that's the time away where you can think and figure things out. Mm-hmm. And before I leave work, I sit in the parking lot for at least 10 minutes. Most people let their car warm up, but while your car's warming up, take that time to breathe, relax, because you don't want to go home with work on your mind. Like, you don't want to take that frustration from work home to your kids, because your kids didn't do that. So it's just a matter of channeling your energy. Like, you don't want to, like, if me and you get in an altercation, I won't bring it home,
Right.
to my kids,
Right.
because of something that happened.
Right.
I take that time to breathe and relax and start fresh.
Right.
Because that next moment, your kids could bless you. Like, you could just be like, whoa, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And now you happy all over again.
Right.
But when you at home and you mad, like, your kids can bring you a picture that say, I love you, daddy, out the blue. And you like, all right. Now, you just hurt your kids. You just made yourself look crazy. And God looking at you like, all right, gotcha. Because everything that happens in life is a test.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe it or not, is a test. How you handle that test determines your blessing.
Well, I'm glad, because the test I've been giving lately, I have not been passing. Oh Lord Jesus, give me the patience to pass tests. Because I definitely come up against them. There's those tests. They come up like every day. I get them every day.
And how you handle it determines your blessing. Whether you get a big one or you get a ball.
Yeah, I get a small one because they still keep me at work nights. They still keep me. But I'm going off topic. But that's what I was wondering, because do you ever take a day for yourself? Do you just, okay, the kids are the kids are away. It's a day, you have a day or two off, maybe 3 days off. Do you ever try to go down? I know you meditate before you go into it, but do you have a day to just kind of just refresh and have to really, restore yourself to be able to take on that next week or the next couple of weeks or next couple of months? How do you have a day to yourself as a dad?
Fridays and Saturdays. That's my day. I let the kids go with my aunt and my mom. They take them. They like, all right, well, we're gonna take them to have fun. Okay, cool. So during that time, I go either get a pedicure. Mm-hmm. Those are important. Pedicure. Some days I just go fishing. I go to the beach. I bowl a lot. Like, it's just a matter of doing a hobby. Mm-hmm. Keep a hobby. No matter you got kids, no matter if you have time or not, keep a hobby. Whether it's reading a book, do something for you. So it's some people say, I can't do it. Okay, well, before you go to bed, once you put the kids down, read a book, watch a movie. My escape is cooking. So even if I don't have that day for myself, I go in the kitchen and cook. And I just feel like I take my frustrations out through my cooking. Because, there's a lot of love in whatever you do.
Right.
So.
Okay. Cool. So last thing I really want Kacy to be able to do is, what can you give some of the young men that may be going through the same thing, or maybe maybe even having a difficult time of wanting to get full custody, because maybe there's something going on that they're better suited? Or how do you just encourage guys that are going through this time to be, just to stay encouraged and stay motivated and stay connected, to just keep going? It's going to be worth it in the end when they, if they just keep pushing.
Troubles don't last always. No matter if your child's mother is bitter, no matter if she's, actually cool. Just always keep your head up. Smile. Be nice to people. If you can, do a kind gesture. Like buy somebody lunch one day. Because it'll always come back in your favor. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you're being lazy, I don't know what to take, because that's just on you. But if you're actually doing good, good will come to you. So if you think, oh, I can't get it right, sooner or later it will. Because I thought my situation would never change, but just have faith. It'll turn around for you. No matter how long it takes, it will turn around.
Well, as you heard it here from Kacy, we really appreciate you for taking your time to be on the show this evening. I can't give out too many details. I did earlier, and he about got on to me. So we appreciate you. Once again, we are just trying to make sure that we are here for you, whether it be Kacy, James, myself, or any other guest, to be able to get you through these tough times. So he will be back. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
I will definitely be back.
He'll be back. He'll be back. And so we appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.